Yo, what's up? Beautiful people, it's me, the real Chef T, and I am coming to you live here in Miami, Florida. I'm standing next to the food truck owner of Wildflower. And what's your name?
Morty.
Morty, it's nice to meet you, bro.
Ricky Morty.
What's your number one menu item here?
Here's our classic chicken and waffles. It comes with powdered sugar, Vermont maple syrup, and of course the chicken is boneless, crispy chicken breast.
What made you want to do chicken and waffles?
So I worked at restaurants for many years here in Surfside, Florida, and like not too far away from here. And picked a family road trip cross country, and we're originally from. And when we ended up out there, we saw all the chains, Brucey's, I Love Waffles, and it was just like this trip. And we came back, and then we went back again. And on the second in New Orleans, and there's a breakfast spot there, and that waffles, and that finished being the inspiration. And we put dishes on the way back, and this is where we're at.
Awesome.
Oh my God!
How long have you been in the food truck business?
About 2 years.
I know some people think that it's easy, that you can just buy a food truck and then just jump right into it. Tell me, what's the process that you have to go through to actually run your own food truck business?
Well, first off, I really appreciate you asking that question because, people think it's just like an overnight, go ahead, go for it. It's like no big deal.
Exactly.
But just like your car, there's maintenance. And then unlike your car, you got to do a kitchen stuff. So you have kitchen stuff, you have maintenance, you have to be approved by the state, all those things. I mean, just for my specific case, for my first 4 events, I actually towed my food truck to those events.
Wow.
So that I could get my truck there. It had all sorts of maintenance issues.
Which is why I would always recommend getting a food trailer instead of a food truck.
When I bought it, and until I figured those out, I was towing my truck to events.
Just to name a few off the top of your head, what are some of the licensings or permits that a person would need to operate in a food truck in South Florida?
Well, actually, here in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, it became 100% easier during COVID. What happened was the county started putting all sorts of restrictions, and Governor DeSantis decided that was not okay to put restrictions on small businesses. Right. And he went ahead and made it that you only have to do one application.
And what's the name of that one?
It's an application with the Department of Business Professionals, DBPR.
In June 2020, the Occupational Freedom Act exempted government officials from asking food truck owners if they had certain licenses and permits. But it is 2024, so I think you should get with the program. But you seem quite knowledgeable, and I like that. Let's keep listening.
How do you prepare those menu items?
So I have a commissary, but I do the majority of my prep, 90%.
That's awesome. So what about your food handler's license?
Oh, a license within that actual realm is important, and especially here in the food business, keeping people safe and healthy from food. Getting that license is utmost to make sure that your future customers don't get sick.
What advice can you give about the state regulations for pest control?
What I have is an air curtain, and what it does is it blows a strong amount of air straight down. I'm not exactly sure of those regulations. I'm not exactly sure. But in my case, when I showed that to the inspector, that was A-OK.
Preventive maintenance should always be the answer to this question, but it has been suggested that at least once a month, food businesses should schedule a pest control visit.
If you can give any type of advice to any up-and-coming food truck owners or anyone that's aspiring to be in the business, what are those 3 characteristics or 3 features that you would need?
But blood, sweat, and tears. If you work in a kitchen, you work on a truck in any business, you're putting your blood into it, whether that is by not a lack of sleep or, and if I had to throw in one more word, I know you said 3, dedication. Put that here. Your dedication is seen by the people.
Right.
That interact with you and that eat your food.
Listen, thank you very much. What's your name again?
Morty.
If you're ever in South Florida and you're looking for a food truck event, come to Hollover Park and make sure on Tuesday nights he has the best chicken and waffles in town. Trust me, I already know because I'm about to dig in right now. Morty, it was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much, guys.